Hey everyone, in some recent videos, I've actually been talking about kind of my strategy behind YouTube, what happens, some of the behind the scenes of what it is like to be someone who puts videos out on YouTube for remote control stuff. I asked in one of those previous videos, what is some topics, interest that you folks would like to hear about? And one of the things loud and clear that everybody said is they want to know what my process is for making videos and how long it actually takes me from beginning to end and how much of a time commitment there is for, YouTube in general. So today I'm going to be breaking down these 6 steps that I use in order to make a video, plus give you some thoughts on, some differences and variations that you might want to consider at the end. So stick around for all of that. Let's get started. Part 1 of the process is the idea generation and the planning. Yes, there has to be a start here somewhere. You can't just go out and waggle your camera around at anything that you see. It'll end up wasting a lot of your time if you do this. So for this first step, I kind of put a range on all these. This is probably 15 minutes to an hour or something like that. And that's because this comes in a couple different ways. There's the purposeful planning and idea generation, and then there's more the spontaneous, quicker stuff. So what I mean by, we'll start with the spontaneous one is, someone in the comments gives me an idea for a video, done. Idea's done, basically 0 minutes. Maybe I need to do some planning as to what that video looks like. So there's about 15 minutes total for that video. That's probably where kind of a smaller portion of my videos come from, but like this one, that's where it came from. The second part though is more that purposeful sitting down and planning. So there's a lot of, hey, you've seen me doing a lot of videos with the Red Cat RDS. All right, new Red Cat drift cars coming here. What are the videos that I want to make with it, right? There's probably going to be an unboxing. There's going to be a first drive. There's going to be some modifications. There's going to be some tuning. And so you sit down and actually purposely kind of have those ideas and generate them, write them down. You'd be surprised. I have a piece of paper at all times with multiple video ideas, a queue of video ideas that I should be working on, and sometimes you can't get to all of them. So you just pick and choose through your idea list, but it's really, really helpful for running the overall channel to have that constant idea list. So for something like this video today, probably more like an hour, more like 60 minutes is what it took me to actually, after I had the idea, to then sit down and think through what is it that I want to actually tell you about my process and the time that it takes me in this video. Part 2 here is the actual filming of the video, of course. So now we've done the preparations, we got the idea, now we're out and actually filming it. Clearly pretty good range on this one. I'm going to say anywhere 30 minutes to maybe hour, 2 hours. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. And it really varies on the type of video. This one here that we're doing today, probably on the shorter end side because I already have kind of a script laid out. When my planning session, I kind of created this whole video on paper. However, there's clearly ones like I go to USTE down in Florida, huge RC event that's 3 days long. Okay, so depending on what videos I want to make while I'm there, it dictates how long. I'm not going to claim 3 days worth of videoing time during that event, but it can clearly be longer. What I do suggest for you during this actual step too for filming is that you consider and kind of plan out what it is that you want. Even if it is something like you're going to USTE or you're going to a local crawler competition or a local drift night or something like that, that you go in with a purpose for what you want to film. You don't just stand there with the camera on all the time because that's going to really hurt you later when it comes to editing and trying to cut down all of that footage. Step 3 is then actually editing the video. Clearly this varies a lot depending on how you filmed it and what software, how you like to edit your video. I personally film almost all of my stuff on either a GoPro or my cell phone. I then download all that to my computer, and then I use a video editing software on the computer to put the whole video together. However, I know some folks that basically only use their cell phone, don't put anything on the computer, and they just edit stuff via an app on their cell phone. So depending on the process you use for editing, clearly this is going to vary in the time that it takes, but also it comes down to what the video is and how you're editing. editing it. So as an example, if you follow the channel, you'll know I do a lot of how-to videos, how to set up a drift car, how to fix a basher shock, how to build a crawler, all this kind of thing. Those videos, honestly, are sometimes kind of easy to edit because they're very chronological, right? There's a start of what we're doing, a finish. It's very easy that way. Sometimes videos like covering a crawler competition, going to a drift night, or out bashing with your friends, those can actually take a little bit longer to edit because you don't really have a start and a finish. You kind of just have a smattering of clips of stuff happening the whole time, and you have to figure out really what clips you want to use and what order you want to put them in and all that kind of stuff. So those can actually sometimes take more time. Once you get your process down and you don't have a lot of excess footage, I can put a video together in 30 minutes on the editor, like start editor, start doing it. I can do that in about 30 minutes. Sometimes hour, maybe even hour and a half, depending on how engaged I get with the editing. But the truth is, I know some folks that spend even much longer than that editing their videos. So this can vary a lot, again, based on your strategy for your channel and how you want your video to look. Now, the fourth step here is actually pretty short, but I'm going to actually call it out as an independent step because it matters. So publishing, actually physically publishing the video, I'm going to give it 15 minutes just because I don't know what time to put on it. But of course, you need to spend time when you're uploading your video to YouTube. You need to spend time thinking about what should that title be? What should the descriptions be? What should the tags be? But then also, when do I want to actually publish the video? That matters. When you publish the video, depending on the type of content, your audience, everything like that, really, really matters. And so you want to consider all of that as you're publishing the video. And so it's a discrete step that you should be considering and thinking about, and not just assuming that it's fine no matter what happens. This fifth step I'm going to label as marketing. And now what do I mean by marketing and what does this really look like? I'm going to give it like 20 minutes because it's not 0, but it's not an hour. It should not be, at least. So this is once you click the publish button, once that video is live on YouTube, you don't stop there. Like I have the Roadside RC Facebook page and an Instagram. So you need to then be sharing them to those places appropriately in order to make sure that folks know. Some people have email distributions, some people do TikTok, some people do all of these different things. Whatever your strategy is, whatever you want to do, that's what you need to do. Like, it's not just click publish and then sit back and wait. You actually have to physically go out there and then share that material appropriately. But you need to be cautious with it, right? Don't go spamming the whole of the internet with your videos. That will get you backlash. And I know this for a fact. I've lived it myself. So you got to be careful with that. You got to be very purposeful with where you share it and how you share it and why, to make sure that you're still adding value when you're doing that, not coming off as just spammy, clickbaity junk. But marketing is a thing. It doesn't just end with pushing the publish button. Step 6, the final step here of this, is actually following up and doing all the comments and engaging with the audience. And once you have published your video, what you're going to start to see is some people coming in and commenting on it, engaging with you in some way, agree, disagree, whatever it is, there's some level of engagement there. You need to respond to these people. You need to go back out and see what it says. I get messages all the time. And so it's something that you need to purposefully do there also. Otherwise it can get a little overwhelming, but you need to go in, respond to the comments, talk to folks, look at what they're saying. It's kind of part of why we're doing this YouTube stuff at the end of the day. Very, very, very few of us, and I'm not one of them, are making a living doing this. You got to enjoy the hobby, and part of the YouTube hobby as an RC person is engaging with other people and kind of building that community. So if you see people commenting, you should be responding. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of wonder why you're there, why you're putting videos out anyway. I'm going to give this 15 to 30 minutes because the truth is I don't know how long it really takes, because I usually don't just sit down and respond to all the comments on a video at one time. Typically, I have multiple times throughout the day in which I will jump on YouTube and check the comment section and see what comments folks have put in there and respond to them kind of in batch like that. So they don't really know what it takes. It's like 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. So I'm going to put 15 to 30 on it. Obviously, depending on how big your channel is and how much engagement you're getting, it's going to vary wildly from basically nothing to, you know, I've seen some of the more popular channels actually say like, whoa, I can't actually anymore. It's overwhelming. Now that we've got these 6 steps of what my video kind of creation process overall looks like, I want to give you some thoughts on what variations, nuances, stuff like that might be that you may see on your channel. So we just talked about responding to comments and things along those lines. But there's more to it than just that, right? As you build a community, you're going to end up watching some other people's videos, commenting on other people's videos. You're going to end up doing other research, right? Like I'm scrolling Facebook, I'm scrolling Instagram, I'm scrolling some of those other forums also to learn stuff, right? Your total YouTube journey outside of just making one video, you should be spending some time seeing what other people are doing, thinking about what your next videos are. There's more time in it than that. So if someone wants to talk about like the total time that it takes to be like a YouTuber, an RC YouTuber, there's more to it than just the creation of the video, right? There's going to be the networking with other folks. There's going to be the research. There's going to be watching other people's videos. There's going to be more to it than just the creation and publishing of a single video over and over again. So think about that when you think about like the time commitment and the process of jumping into something like YouTube. So you folks asked for this video, what my process was. So I walked you through the 6 steps of that, plus how long it kind of takes for me to make a video. I hope this was what you were looking for. Let me know down in the comments if there's something that I am missing, or if there's some other random YouTube topic that you'd like for me to talk about. If this video has been useful for you at all, I would appreciate you considering if you should share this to someone. Is there someone in your world who probably needs to hear what I had to say here? If that's true, please share it. That would mean the world to me. If you can't do that, then hey, go down and hit that like button and it'll help this video get a little extra traction just like that. So thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye.